The soft chime of the store's entrance bell echoed through the bustling supermarket as Clara Jenkins pushed her cart down the crowded aisle. The hum of conversations and the rustling of grocery bags created a comforting background noise as she methodically selected items from the shelves. She was a regular customer at this store, a small but well-stocked place in her neighborhood, and she always enjoyed her weekly grocery shopping trips. It was a small respite from the chaos of her busy life. Clara was a single mother who worked 2 jobs to provide for her young daughter, Lily. Despite the relentless grind, she managed to keep a positive outlook. Her life was a constant balancing act of responsibilities, juggling between her administrative job at a local office and the evening shifts she picked up at a diner. Each week, she carefully budgeted her expenses to make sure Lily had everything she needed, from school supplies to nutritious meals. On this particular day, Clara was in the store to buy ingredients for Lily's favorite meal, homemade lasagna. She had promised her daughter a special dinner after a particularly tough week, and she was determined to keep that promise. As she filled her cart with tomatoes, cheese, and ground beef, Clara couldn't help but smile at the thought of Lily's delighted face. With her shopping completed, Clara wheeled her cart to the checkout line. The store was unusually busy, and the line seemed to stretch endlessly. Clara took a deep breath, reminding herself that the wait was worth it. She mentally reviewed her shopping list to ensure she hadn't forgotten anything, and patiently waited her turn. Finally, it was her turn at the register. The cashier, a young woman with a friendly smile, began scanning the items with practiced efficiency. Clara watched as the total climbed higher and higher. The cashier's smile remained warm and reassuring, even as the total approached the upper limit of Clara's budget. Clara reached into her purse and pulled out her credit card. Her mind focused on the upcoming task of getting home and preparing dinner. As the cashier swiped the card, Clara's phone buzzed in her pocket. She quickly glanced at it and saw a message from Lily's school, reminding her about a parent-teacher conference the next day. Clara made a mental note to adjust her schedule. The cashier's fingers paused mid-swipe, and her smile faltered. She glanced at Clara with a hint of concern. "I'm sorry, but it looks like your card has been declined," she said, her voice gentle but tinged with hesitation. Clara's heart sank. She looked at the screen, which displayed a red declined message. Her mind raced as she tried to recall if she had any pending payments or if she had reached her credit limit. A flush of embarrassment crept up her cheeks as she fumbled for her debit card, hoping it would work. The second card was swiped, but the result was the same. The decline message flashed once more. Clara's anxiety mounted as she realized that she was unable to pay for the groceries. Her face turned a deep shade of red as she looked around at the growing line of impatient customers. "I'm really sorry," Clara said, her voice cracking slightly. "It seems like I'm having some issues with my cards. Let me try to sort this out." The cashier nodded sympathetically. "Take your time. If you need any help, just let me know." Clara glanced around, trying to think of a solution. She considered leaving her groceries behind and going home to sort out the payment issues. Just then, she heard a voice behind her. "Excuse me, is everything all right?" A man in a sharp suit asked, his tone genuine and concerned. He had a briefcase in one hand and a look of mild curiosity on his face. Clara turned to face him, her heart pounding. "I'm sorry. I'm having trouble with my payment methods. I'm not sure what to do." The man's expression softened as he assessed the situation. "I couldn't help but overhear. If you're in a bind, I'd be happy to cover your groceries for you." Clara's eyes widened in surprise. "Oh no, that's not necessary. I don't want to impose on you." The man smiled reassuringly. "It's no imposition at all. Sometimes we all need a little help. Let me handle it." Before Clara could protest, the man stepped forward and handed his credit card to the cashier. The transaction was completed smoothly, and the register displayed a confirmation of the payment. Clara was overwhelmed with gratitude as she watched the cashier bag her groceries. "Thank you so much," Clara said, her voice trembling with emotion. "I really don't know how to repay you." The man waved off her thanks with a smile. "It's all part of paying it forward. I've had my share of challenges too. Just remember, kindness is a gift that keeps on giving." With that, the man nodded politely and left the store, his presence quickly fading into the crowd. Clara watched him go, feeling a mixture of relief and awe. She gathered her bags and headed to her car, her mind still buzzing from the unexpected encounter. As Clara drove home, she reflected on the kindness she had experienced. It was a stark reminder of the generosity that existed in the world, even in the most unlikely of places. The man's gesture had not only helped her in a moment of need, but had also restored her faith in the goodness of people. When Clara arrived home, she found Lily waiting eagerly in the kitchen. The smell of the lasagna filled the air, and Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. Clara quickly unpacked the groceries and began preparing the meal, her heart lighter than it had been all day. As they sat down to eat, Clara shared the story of the man who had helped her. Lily listened intently, her young face reflecting both curiosity and admiration. Clara used the experience as an opportunity to teach her daughter about the importance of kindness and the impact it could have on others. The meal was filled with laughter and warmth, a stark contrast to the earlier part of Clara's day. As they enjoyed their dinner, Clara felt a renewed sense of hope. She knew that the challenges of life were far from over, but she also knew that there were people out there who cared and were willing to help. In the days that followed, Clara made a conscious effort to pay forward the kindness she had received. She started by helping out a neighbor in need, offering her time and support to those around her. Her actions were small, but they were meaningful, and they spread a ripple of positivity through her community. Clara's experience at the supermarket became a turning point in her life. It taught her that even in the midst of struggles, there was always a chance for kindness and compassion to shine through. It was a reminder that no matter how difficult things might seem, there were always people willing to extend a helping hand. The man in the suit never made another appearance, but his impact on Clara's life was profound. His simple act of generosity had sparked a chain reaction of goodwill, inspiring Clara to be more compassionate and to actively seek out opportunities to help others. As Clara continued her journey, she remained grateful for the unexpected kindness that had come her way. The memory of that day in the supermarket served as a constant reminder that, in a world full of challenges, there was always room for hope and kindness. If Clara's story touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Stories Unfolded for more inspiring stories that reveal the kindness and compassion in our world. Your support helps us continue sharing these heartwarming tales. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.